play this map hasn't really changed almost ever. I mean, the only addition really is, or change is really Ali, but he just swapped position with Flara and obviously Michael. They all played the same kind of arch role. They did experiment for a while. I think at the last major they tried Forest there at Banana, and it just didn't work, obviously, because you just take. I mean, they wanted to keep it fresh. I asked them why they did that, and they're like, "Well, we just wanted to try something and just keep it fresh," because again, they played it for so long in the same way.
If you do the same thing for so long, people are going to start countering specific play styles and how that specific person plays the bomb site, moving someone else over there. It might be something fresh, but it might not be as good as well. So,
exactly.
So I think that's why they probably went back to how it was. But it looks like Nip will actually be starting on the CT side of Inferno, obviously the preferred side, and it's definitely where they want to be if they want to take this map. Please remember that anyone who's just tuned in, the winner of this map will be going through to the semi-finals tomorrow. I can't stress that enough. It's just this map. Navi won the first map, and now NIP need this to go through.
Okay, so we're into the pistol now between NIP and Na'Vi here at Gfinity Masters. And indeed a very crucial match, and Getright just spotting for some information. He's going to get that, and there's the flash over. He can't get anything safely from it, and he's playing dangerous game here, but the next flash comes in, he gets a free kill, and he's going to fall back on top of that and just keep things relaxed. So great control from NIP so far.
The fact they had 2 flashbangs there, like you thought he kind of just got the information and fell back, he actually managed to utilize the second one and get a frag there.
They're going to keep challenging as well, and it's really hard in Na'Vi's shoes right now because they haven't gained any real map control. I mean, they do have Banana, but in a pistol round like this, you kind of need to get deeper in, and now we're going to see that moving into the pole position is seized. And that's surely going to cause a rotate. We actually have Ali, who's over by Speedway. Here he is. And they've got great crossfires here with Getright. And we're going to see Guardian looking backwards and forwards. Getright has to connect the shots now. They have made a great movement onto the bomb site. Getright does only get a single kill. So Na'Vi have actually entered the bomb site excellently. And they're going to get the plant down with a man advantage, albeit with a very weak Edwards. But this is the danger. This guy, Forest, just tapping away long distance. It's going to be Guardian that wins the battle of the taps. And now it's just on Exist, that bomb ticking away. He does have a kit, but no nades, 3 players, Heat and Potty set up, a guy over towards the pole position. What are you going to do here? Just flailing around with that USP is not going to work out. Na'Vi will take the pistol.
Yeah, so we saw the Getright and Freiburg combo there, flashing out, looking for intel, managed to pick up a frag there, but they ultimately left themselves with nothing to defend the bomb site with. They gave themselves away, gave away their utility and forced themselves back onto the bomb site. And Na'Vi just waited, bit their time, and then just went in together, managed to pick up the initial frags there, and then just completely swarmed the bomb site. An almost impossible retake there from an IP, especially when you had no grenades in hand. And we can see that Na'Vi have actually opted for a full rifle setup here, and I think that's perfect on Inferno. It's such a long-range map if you're playing the anti properly. The way you should approach this is holding all the key areas. You're holding the bottom and middle, you're holding house, you're holding banana, and you're just working it as a team, frag for frag. The CTs are going to be lurking around in all the cubby holes. You seem to make sure as soon as someone goes down, your teammate's right there with him to get that frag back.
All right, and they haven't gone for the pistol armor because they know how important the economy is. They know how important those nades are, which is really smart for NIP. Just with some pistols, and already we're going to see some action happening over by the A bomb site. Great work for the stack here from NIP. It is panning out with some good damage, but really nice recovery from Na'Vi there. Didn't get too bad for them. They did pull it back together, and Freiburg would really love to get a look in here with that pistol, but he will not get that. And Na'Vi clean up pretty effectively.
That was what I was talking about with the frag for frag sort of mentality. Although like they lost the initial one, the teammates were there. There was no baiting at all involved. They made sure they got the frags out, got out together, and made the plethora of frags onto the bomb side there. And that was a really nice anti-eco. Didn't give too much away. I think they got one death there, but the fact is Nip are on a full eco now, so this should be 3-0 in favour of Na'Vi. And when they have the map advantage and on the terrorist side of Inferno, getting 3-0 up is absolutely huge. Like it's a really good. Anything else from now on is bonus points really. Like you've got yourself a pretty reasonable scoreline there already.
Yeah, I love the stacking idea as well. Like they know they're not gonna win the round, or they're reserved to the fact that they're likely not gonna win it. So stack, you can get the exits. You just play for damage. It's a really effective way to play for damage, to be honest. Although C's thinks otherwise.
Yeah, he's got no time for that. This is the classic
yeah.
eco, isn't it? Like you send 2 guys out, and like you kind of signaling out that that was all that was there. But I think everyone knows Nip does that. I think Navi are definitely not gonna catch on to it. You can see C's he's just waiting there he wants a couple of frags of his own, adding to his current total of 2. So they know his site's clear. They're just taking it really methodically here, making sure there's no CTs hiding on the bomb site, and they'll plant the bomb pretty much in the next 5 seconds. And that's going to be Nip don't really have anything to save here. They probably will just be looking for a couple of exit frags, trying to take some AKs down with them.
So here we go. Sees is in there. He's going to spot his victims. Can he get himself the ace? And there it is. Will he get himself the eco ace? It's funny because you don't see as much of those as you used to in the old 1.6 days.
Yeah, absolutely right. Well, here we go then. This is where the game really begins.
Absolutely.
It's 3-0 currently to Navi on the T side of Inferno. We've got NIP. They've got a full buy here. No head armor, but not necessarily so important you're playing against AKs.
And we have the incendiaries because they didn't get that armor with the pistol, so now they can get the incendiaries. So very nice by them. And here we go. We're going to get some good nades over from Na'Vi just to deny some early map control. Ooh, Freiburg going to try it against Guardian. That's not a great idea. It's going to lose out on that duel. Although that said, Freiburg was very good at those angles typically, but Guardian is another beast entirely. And now get right. You never see his position. It's so risky to be here, and that's exactly why the trade comes in. And again, it's this bait play. And wow, Alu's going to catch C just launching that grenade and getting himself a 3 kill. Had Alu not been there, that's a really big problem for NIP. But he's there to save the day. But still, 3-on-3. It's going to be tough here. Forrest looking for some info, scanning these angles, rounding the corner. It's going to spot the back of one player, and just as Exist peaks, perfect timing. I don't think it could have been any better. Edward comes in though, opens up the site, but he is alone at the moment. The bomb is down, 40 seconds left to play with. So that is a world of time for a Na'Vi player. There's the duel coming in, and it's going to be Exist that wins it. So good job there by NIP to hold on despite losing Freiburg early on.
Looks a bit ropey at the beginning there. Like obviously the CTs always do smoke off the T-steps area, but they have to be aware that the Ts can boost over that quite easily, and they technically do have the advantage. You can't really see them at all. Freiburg did this run out. I know what he's trying to do and gave that banana control, but essentially gave his frag away and left Getright in a pretty tricky situation. It was just like you said, it was incredibly lucky that Alu made that call to get over there and got that surprise frag back on him. I think that was the deciding factor on that round.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. And so Na'Vi this time, they're not going to give up banana for free, pushing straight on past that incendiary, and Getright's in this position again. And this time he doesn't have Alu behind him, but it doesn't matter. Double kill from him. Great stuff there from Getright. He was being abused on the Dust 2 and the latter stages on the CT side, and now he is going to answer back with a vengeance and has locked down banana. What did Na'Vi do from here?
Well, after losing those first 2 frags, and like it's still a 3-on-4 situation, so they're not out of the round yet. They're going to wait for those smokes to dwindle away and to see what Guardian can do with the AWP. Then they're going to have to go around as a little wolf pack and see what's available on the map. They can see Getright at the top there. Potentially, he's going to fall back into the site once that smoke disappears. He loses his advantage as soon as that goes down. But yeah, I can see another one going down there. That's really strong from Nip. Like that's going to bring the timer down to about 32 seconds there, and it's going to be a really tough position for them to actually get the bomb planted at this stage.
Would be really strong for them to just flash over in right now. If they get a fast pick on Getright, he's really far forward at the moment. He's looking for more kills here. The smoke's going to go away, and he's just facing completely openly. And now they're just going to go and pedal to the metal and just swing straight on into that B bomb site for the plant. But NIP actually very fast as well. Exist getting flashed through the smoke here. Oh, great angling on the reticle there as he does get flashed in, and it's going to be Alu straight through construction. NIP have put the Nikes on. They're super fast in, but it's 2-on-2 as Forrest is now working away, just tapping away. But it's going to be Guardian and Edward that pick up the round.
What was Getright playing at?
I don't know. I mean, usually in that position, when the smoke's starting to go away, you see them maybe go to car, but just to get the info to fall back and then call the rotation.
I'm sorry, that was all Getright. They've got the man advantage. He's there by himself. Like the idea of that smoke is just to delay the tease. Like once you've lost that advantage, you need to get back into the bomb site. You're just there for you're the information man. You need to call for your team that the terrorists are coming in, wait for the rotates, and then attack together. He gave his frag away, and he literally gifted that round to Navi right then. I know he's one of the best players in the world right then, but that was a huge mistake from them.
Well, Freiberg is trying to make up for that.
Oh, there we go.
The one Deagle. He's pretty famous for his Deagle antics, but I completely agree with you. Falling back after getting the info, and you still have the advantage.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy play to make. You would not normally see him make that kind of a play, I think, but after that double kill, he's just feeling himself perhaps in that situation. But now it's dangerous because Na'Vi have got a good bit of money behind them. And NIP, they are starting to lack on the economy. And if they're having to play with low grenades, we can start to expect an RV to potentially start running away with this. But Guardian's going to look for the entries. Now, if Forrest can get a sneaky headshot here, that can make all the difference. But there is a shot from Guardian. He will miss, actually. But they're making the distraction. Get right, gets all the kills there with that Mag 7. Perfect bait and switch. And it's going to be a nice advantage. And they will pick up so many weapons. That's massive value now onto the NIP team as Edward slowly but surely makes his way up. And he's got to get damage done. He can't let them survive all those weapons. They're going to pick up 4 weapons. That's insane.
Yeah, Navi really just walked into the Dragon's Den there, didn't they?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. That's one of those spots where a very wise man once said to me when he was talking to me about, like, I think it was about StarCraft. He's coaching me. He's like, hey, if you're ever ahead, immediately work out what is the one way that you could lose from this position, and then avoid that. And that felt like they walked into that one way they could lose, like walking into the stack there.
As soon as they ascertained that the CTs were there and they worked out like it was like a force buy and stuff, I think that at that point you don't want to go into the choke points that are so tight like that. You want to be going into the areas like mid where you can control the choke, where you can smoke off one part of the map and you can actually go around together, and there's a lot less to deal with than one little narrow corridor they've got to work through like it is in Banana. But like we said, that was just great baiting from Forrest there. Like, and Get Right was just perfect shotgun play there. We've seen him do a lot on Inferno actually. It's one of his trademarks, getting the Swag 7 on Inferno and making it work almost anywhere on the map. And
honestly, it was so crucial because Na'Vi were in a position to build up so much momentum, but they picked up an AWP and 2 AKs.
Yeah, it's gone straight back into it.
So much money. That is so much money. And now Na'Vi looking to execute up middle. This is actually used to be very strong. Envious used to lead the way with these Tech 9 plays up middle because you move so fast through the smokes. You can actually plant the smokes, force the reposition, and run through them whilst the CTs are repositioning, just spamming away your Tech 9s. It's really strong. I wonder if they have an execute like that. However, NIP, they've fallen victim to that in the past, and they're playing it all the way back. This is a smart way to deal with it. Very controlled, disciplined play here so far from NIP, but it doesn't always matter against the Tech 9s. Ali's got a pistol of his own. Is going to pick up the frag and spot the split onto the B bomb site. Gerard's holding it down, delaying the bomb from going out onto the bomb site there, but it's going to be problems here for NIP. They've lost a lot of men, but still with the advantage. That bomb still needs to get planted. There it is, and now the clock has been set onto NIP. They do have kits, of course. And Flamey is going to spot one player by the blue truck. Now, if Flamey is occupied for too long, if only he could have survived for longer, but it still will be effective as Forrest comes in just in the nick of time to save the day, but there's still yet more work to be done. They'll spot the plant, doesn't know where Edward is, just one bullet, Edward tapping away with that Tech 9, but the shots just aren't accurate enough, but he just needs to kill time at this point. Does Forrest have time for this defuse? He has a kit. It's going to be insanely close. I'm not sure if he has time. Oh, just barely, not enough time, and the bomb will explode, and the round will barely go to Na'Vi. That's absolutely gutting for NIP.
That is. Well, what a great round from them. Like that dynamic kind of Tech 9 play. Like we saw the set smokes going down, and it really worked for them. Like it was such a crazy round. Like they got the kills in Library, they got the kills in Arch. They were splitting through into CT spawn up to Banana. It was really hard to read from them there. And that one-on-one situation, it looked like Forrest had just about pulled that off, and it's going to be really gutted with that. Like from going from the last round where they actually picked up all those guns, got such great economy, they're now being forced back into an eco here, and this game is slipping away from them. 5 rounds to the bad on Inferno is not a good situation to be in.
And Freiberg actually almost killed Guardian with the Deagle, so almost a repeat there of the previous time they were in a similar situation. Of course, you would expect them to still be a little bit sore from that, so yeah. I think they're going to take more caution against running into stacks.
I really think now they know they're on Deagle round, so well, fair play. C's has made light work of that, but going into Banana is normally not advised. You want to keep it in the areas where you have the control.
So it's just Get Right at the back of the site now that they have to worry about, and it's hard to see Na'Vi letting this round go to NIP to just lose the grip of it. We do have an RV just eliminating position slowly but surely, and now Getright's actually made his way into the back, and he's actually got a free kill. Can he find a quick headshot onto Zeus? That would be massive, but he doesn't. And Na'Vi, they're in a 4-on-3 situation. It's back under control. Flamey's got the cut-off on the rotating player and the spot on the last one, and Na'Vi will save themselves a lot of trouble. But Guardian down to 4 HP, Flamey very low. That could have gone really badly had Getright picked up the frag on Zeus.
Yeah, that was quite interesting from Na'Vi actually. They actually, on an anti-eco, actually split and pincered the banana bomb side by sending 2 players up middle as well and going through city spawn, managing to get that intel and kind of getting all the rotating players as well. Like you said, it could have got pretty dangerous on the B bomb side. Then we'll Getright potentially picking up 2, but Na'Vi shut it down, and they're now 6 rounds to 2 on Inferno T side. It's an incredibly strong position for them.
And again, if you're just joining us, the winner of this one goes through to the playoffs. The loser will go home. So very important Inferno indeed. There's the re-smoke, the deep banana control. Freiberg getting up close, and again, he's really good at knowing every nook and cranny, all the angles, all the kind of the meta decisions, meta game decisions of boosting on the plant pot. We saw him try to abuse that previously before getting taken down by Guardian, and that was very unusual. Would not normally expect that to happen, but I'm in a position. I mean, there is a position, Harry, where they're smoked off by NIP, and NIP keeping 2 players on banana at the moment. You know, what do they do? Do they take middle?
Well,
how do they approach this?
Navi, the sort of team, they don't care how low the time gets. They like planting at the 8-second mark. To be honest, they'll just wait it out. They'll wait until those smokes are clear, and then they'll just take it on the last like 8 seconds or so, like knowing that you haven't got really anything to defend them with. You can see them getting the mid control now. This is the next frag to be very incredibly important. Alu actually manages to pick it up. Guardian replies with one of his own, and it's going to be a quad take now. Forest is going to be the only man to defend it, and will he be able to get a couple of frags here just to secure this round for CT?
Yeah, this is Forest bread and butter, playing these kinds of positions, just looking for those headshots, and NIP defending just very, very nicely. It's really smooth, actually, this time around. Guardian, he was the only guy to really get anything done, and it was just that quick pick towards quad, and that was it. So Na'Vi, this time, they lose out to the sheer individual power of NIP in the defensive setups.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing there was, for me, is that NIP in that round, they put 2 players on banana behind the smoke. And they have shown in all the other rounds that they only had 1 there. Or if they had more, they were very staggered. They were staggered very far back. So nice little change there from NIP. Didn't come into play though, but I have to see how this works out now. Just a scrappy buy here for Na'Vi. Alu does make the opening there onto Flamey. Another very tough round for Na'Vi, decision-making wise. It's one of those rounds where it's like, what map control can we take? Nothing's really safe. NIP are kind of all over the place here. They got banana taken away from us.
Well, they've got a lot of buff around here. Like the fact they've got 6 already is fantastic. So they can kind of afford to get away with these risky plays. If it pays off for them, then it's even better news. So they can see that they've already lost a man here. But Guardian is forcing himself onto the AWP almost every single round, and it has been working very well for them. So it's no surprise they're going to give it a go on this ropey buy. Now they're 1 man down. It's just going to be a case of running down the clock and seeing if NOP will give him a pick.
Okay, well, the patience game then, and it's Exist actually on the blue truck position. He is going to be a little bit too slow. Guardian just smacks him down with that AWP, and now Forest is on the bomb site, so they're slowly going to work their way in, you would expect. And NIP throwing in some precautionary flashes, but Na'Vi, they're taking it so slowly. And that's actually kind of good in a situation where the nades are kind of preemptively coming in from NIP and just completely missing Na'Vi because they're so slow on the push. But 20 seconds are left now, and this is classic Na'Vi. But the only push is from the quad side. They have to make this one count. Forest is in the bomb site, only able to pick up one, and that bomb is going to get planted, and we move into a 2-on-2 situation after plant with a quick movement there from, I believe, Guardian into the balcony, so or into the apartments area. This is going to be very interesting now. Getright comes in from quad, and it's going to be Guardian to pick up Alu. All on Get right now. Can he save this situation? Spots the first player. There's the spray down, gets him, and it's going to be seized. He's got the immediate trade. Textbook stuff there from Na'Vi on the after plant, and 7-3.
This is why they can take, and we can see that there's a tactical pause coming from NIP here. Got themselves in a horrible little rut. Just to go back in that last round, we saw Na'Vi, like we were saying, they can afford to take these risky buys. When you have an AWP on your side as good as Guardian, if you can buy an AWP, it's always worth it. Even if it means your team team are on Tech 9. It's he's so powerful with him. We saw him demonstrating so many picks there, and it was just so good. When the bomb has gone down for me, like as soon as he got himself in an advantageous position, like up in balcony, he just knew that he was going to pull that off. And yeah, lovely stuff from them. And 7-3. And if we look at the economy on NIP, they've got a couple of players. Well, 3 players have around the 4K mark, and we have Forest on 1,800. I think they're going to have to just do a P250/5-7 round, and I hope it works out for them. If they force this and lose it, it's going to be really devastating for them.
It feels like they weren't really necessarily doing anything wrong with the heavy banana play, because they're still restricting options. But I mean, usually, like for example, if we look back to that round where Get Right basically just stayed to try to get frags, presuming that maybe there'd be kind of gambling instead of playing safe, that there'd be maybe like one guy there for a duel that would be winnable. I feel like that kind of play is pretty good for them, because that smoke runs the clock, or those like 3 or 4 smokes runs the clock down so much that they can then always have the 4 guys towards A, and Get Right should be able to spot them safely and then fall back, get the rotation in. It feels like that still should work, but I don't know. Do you think NIP have lost confidence in that banana play?
I think that it's getting this shut down. Like what we're saying is that they're smoking the bottom of banana. They are getting that control, but like we keep saying, Navi is running the clock down so much that it doesn't really matter.
It's just fine for them.
They're having to fall back, and I think every single time we've seen the bomb go down, it's been on the 8-second mark, and they're just fine with that. Most teams would be panicking. Like they just seem to make their frag somehow, and like Guardian will get a big pick, and you can see like he's just going like all in now. It doesn't really. There's no real method to the madness. It's running up middle and seeing what they can find.
Oh dear! Oh no! Oh, that was very brutal there. Guardian just taking off Zeus's head. Very confused push up middle there, but they are going to pick up the frags. So just Freiburg left now, and you're all right. They just went for that P250 buy, which is good. We didn't want to see them get completely screwed in the economy.
They don't want to get into the rut, or as I referred to it as last game, the sewers. Where you keep forcing and like it gets too deep and then you can't get out of it. So I think that's a wise choice, and they're actually going to lose this half now. But as we said before, never count Nip out. Like they need to claw back into this. They really do need the remaining rounds. They need to make this an 8-7. They need to convert the rest of these rounds into victories, and they need to shut Guardian down. Like they need to do. I think they need to be playing deeper back on the site and making them actually work for it, and battling on that pit area. Crossfires are required.
All right, well, Freiburg's going to get himself down banana again, and I like this, the tried and tested play, but a free fire coming in from Freiburg there as well, as Na'Vi try to contest with their own grenades as well, but they're not going to actually win out this time, and Guardian couldn't get himself far enough in front of the grenades to get that pick on banana, so things settle down a bit here. As I think we're going to see a Molotov into the bedroom here, so Exist is going to be in trouble. He's going to have to move, and he might move into the crosshairs of a Na'Vi player, and he gets out of there alive. I don't believe it. And Alu actually picks up the kill towards Boiler as well, so really big plays here from NIP so far as they take an early round advantage, but they have no nades left apart from a single incendiary, a flash, and there's a minute left in the round. That can be very, very problematic, especially against a team like Na'Vi that plays slow. Forest is just chilling now on quad. They got a nice crossfire there. Here comes Guardian. Surely there's no way he's going to pull off a quick kill here with that very nasty crossfire. And indeed he will, at his own despair there, he will get taken down, but he creates an opening for Edward, who cannot get the trade. But Zeus will. Seized into the bomb site as well, as Zeus provides that support from the apartments. So nice potential setup here in the afterplan, but in comes Forest from the back. I don't think he has any idea. He will now. Forest doesn't pick up the kill quickly enough. Zeus has an opportunity now to try and save this, and it's gonna be going to Forest. Great stuff there from NIP, and only losing 2 players as well.
I can't believe Exist actually got away with that bedroom kill there. Like he actually worked in his favour, getting burnt alive there. They thought they kind of had the instant kill on him when he was falling back, but Alu was there. I think that's about the 3rd time he saved someone's bacon there, right? Just be running there for the rotation kill, took them down. And although Guardian got that pick in middle, it just wasn't enough. The rotation from Forest there coming through house was almost perfect. It really pincered the T's and made them panic. They weren't able to work together. They made it like one-on-2 situations there instead of one-on-ones.
We're going to get the continual plays on banana. They're not really giving up on this. And I completely agree with that. I think it's really strong. Na'Vi haven't shown that they want to run through. Yeah. They are actually like trying to slow them down from getting on the close angle by tossing in their own Molotovs, which seems a little bit strange considering they don't commit further than that. But we've got the 3-man banana set up from NIP. Again, if Na'Vi were to switch it up and suddenly start going fast onto B, they would have good trading spots with NIP. But they're not. Na'Vi, I think, are saying, hey, it's working what we're doing right now. So got Exist. He's actually again playing the more of the kind of the pit blue truck area, leaving Forest on the bomb site. So a bit of a mix up there. Forest going to actually boost Exist up onto the quad roof. And this is a very dangerous position to bust out every once in a while. And Getright's going to go down as well. So we have a Na'Vi ready to snap on into the bomb site. There's Ali though looking in. Can't spot anything just yet though. Is Na'Vi going to play it slow? Now coming out 3 players at once. They're going to take down Exist immediately. This is a very bad look here for NIP. Everyone going down straight away. And Freiburg just lucky to escape with his weapon at the moment, but I don't know if they're even going to let him live. Rough times here for NIP indeed as Na'Vi come back into this. And at a spot where NIP had only just won a round, so now their economy is I don't even want to look at it.
Well, the fact that they're not even getting a kill there when Na'Vi are executing, it's just showing the dire straits they're in right now. If you're not getting an actual kill onto the terrorists as they come into the bomb site, like something's fundamentally going wrong. Like whether you're not cross-firing properly or you're not anti-flashing there. They saw Exist boost up onto it, but I really do feel like all they need to do is, if they lose the mid control, just fall back and set up the crossfires we know work so well in the pit, in the balcony, in the graveyard, making it work for you instead of having to force yourself into facing them and losing these battles which is continually happening.
Okay, well maybe they can get something going on the very last round where they'll have a buy, but it's going to be a terrible buy, so going to be rough, but well, it's going to be starting off well here. Forest picks up the first kill. They have a nice stack towards the apartments actually, and we're going to have Ali wrapping around the back. This is ridiculous. Ali picks up the AWP. He's going to be in. Oh no, misses the shot. Zeus wasn't facing him, and Guardian takes him down. Oh dear. 3-on-3 now as Getright comes in on Boiler, and he is not going to last very long either. Exist. Also going to try. Oh, takes a Molotov to the face, but actually manages to get the kill there onto Guardian. So 2-on-2 all of a sudden, despite the lack of Kevlar on NIP. They might make a go of this as we have Exist repositioning into apartments, but I think that Na'Vi are really, really expecting someone to come from there. Oh, and yeah, there it is. Sees gets the angle, and that aim punch is too much to deal with for Exist.
This is looking really bad for Nib now. I know I normally say that you can always get it back into situations, but 10 rounds on T side of Inferno, that's such a phenomenal half for Na'Vi right now, isn't it?
It means that you really need to get that pistol going on your T side and just never get them in the sewers, Henry, as you put it. I've never heard anyone call it quite like that. Like what Henry's referring to, I think, is where you're in that position where you're always committed to force up with your max money bonus.
That's what I mean. Like when you get it's towards the end of the game, the game's really not going in your favour. You've forced a couple of buys, and it's looking like you'll go to you force so many, you're going to draw. They're going to draw, get 15 rounds in the next round, and you're kind of having to force it again. But here we go. Guardian opening up the fracking again onto Exist, and this is just going from bad to worse. But as we say that, they actually managed to pick up a few frags. It's going to be...
Oh, nice.
Good, nice little spray there to finish things off.
And that's so important too. Like 5 rounds, considering that they're on 4, like every single one counts. 5 to 10. Again, never count out Nip. They're going on to the T side, and this is the map where it's CT sided unless the CTs can't get the economy going. And if we have enough back and forth rounds early on, although NIP don't have a big buffer of rounds to work with, then they can keep Na'Vi in a really weird spot on the economy. So let's see how this pistol turns out. So Edward doing the usual spot down middle just to see if he can get a fast pick or some info. Not going to happen just yet, as NIP are looking into that pressure of B, and it will actually force one player, I think it is Seized, to move over from Speedway towards B actually. So they are forcing a bit of movement, but the bomb's just chilling really far away over by the apartments. So it'll be interesting to see how NIP decide to actually make the call here.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to peel the CTs over to the B-bomb site, do anything they can to just lose their vision and get the panics ensued. And like, if they can get a couple of frags, it'll be absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, this is going to work out perfectly, but we can actually see there is another member not rotating at all. He's going to be lurking in the back there.
I don't believe it. No. Is this actually happening right now?
This
Edward.
is real life.
Oh, this guy. Oh, but the plant's actually safe. It wasn't a plant towards the blue truck, and it's actually a safe plant. This gets the kill with the jump clock. I don't believe that Edward was still there.
That's the really, really good awareness from him, I guess. In CSGO, you have to remember, it's not like 1.6 or Source, or in Source you could, but you can actually see the bomb on the radar. And so they could probably see the T's running in, but no sign of the bomb. So he probably just thought, okay, we've lost the first frag. I'll go all in here and just hope that they are running that strat. But the fact that Nib planted the bomb behind the box there is so unlucky for him.
Yeah, you would always expect the apartments plant there. Why not? There's surely no one there.
Oh, that could have been something really special.
I was very, very shocked, but that's an impressive start to the second half, and Forest is going to make it even better, but he will go down to 9 HP. But they will pick off one player. Now they've got to be careful not to get picked off here by this scout, just slowly picking away at them. That's often the downfall of many teams in a spot like this, and it has moved to Guardian. However, they are moving up Banana. That's a nice entry there from Exist. That should really just secure it now. Would be surprised if they get more damage done. There's the smoke. The plant will come as well. And I guess Guardian will keep hold of that scout for the next round.
I think that'll be a useful save for him if he can make something work. That maybe a face at the top of a middle next round. Maybe be able to pick up an early frag. Great work from NIP there. Nice methodical round. They really don't want to drop any weapons. Only Freiburg going down there. Bomb's gone down quite cleanly, and I don't think they'll be too bothered about the CT saving their guns here. It's more important that NIP actually keep their rifles.
It's going to be interesting to see how long NIP can keep this going, because I mean, the situation that you described can happen if NIP lose a round just as Na'Vi spent everything and then won the round. So if they can just reset them like that, it's one of those spots where you never want to ever lose a round, right? Obviously, you just don't want to lose, but that can end up working out in your favor if the rounds play out like that. And that could be very beneficial for NIP. That would be the best case scenario to get them ahead of RV economically. A very clean round now, I suppose. So what's their approach here? Got a 4-man stack here from RV on towards that B bomb site. Not just a stat, but they're looking for the aggressive trades behind the tagging power of that scout of Guardian. NIP though, they don't want anything to do with Banana right now. There's nobody there. That's really gutting for Na'Vi. You can see they're all raring to go up on Banana, but nothing's coming their way. And they are going for the big rotation. All the players towards A now. Oh dear, Exist going to take down Guardian. That's the scout out of play, and now they're going to start expanding back into Banana. And Flamey's going to hear the stepping as well, and the calls are bound to come in too. But there's Na'Vi players, sorry, there's NIP players everywhere, so it's just a pretty strange round with the movement from NIP. But now, wow, nice headshot there from Zeus. And it looks like NIP are like, oh, we got the B site, running towards B. Zeus gets the kill, running back to A again.
Benny Hill here.
But Edward behind this smoke can certainly cause a lot of damage. Oh, they do spot him from the side. Get Right actually just ruined his day there. I'm not sure how he would have been detected, but it's going to be Zeus picking up some extra cash there into the bank. Extra $600 from the SMG frag. That's all he's going to pick up though, and it's going to be 3-man survival for NIP, so that's pretty acceptable. Yeah,
absolutely. And here we go then. This is where the game begins yet again. This is going to be a very, very important round of NIP really want to start their campaign on T side. They've managed to win the pistol, convert the eco rounds in their favour as well. This is where it gets serious, and they want to show their dominance and whether they can have the same sort of impact that Navi had that whole game, and managed to actually get 10 rounds on the terrorist side. They actually aren't going to go for the AWP approach like Navi were so set up for. Working around the picks of Guardian, they're going to rely on their kind of classic play of working together and picking up picks as their wolf pack.
I love that little move from Freiburg, by the way, as we saw, I think it was C's looking down Banana. Freiburg knows the positions that they're going to play on Banana, but they're going to go straight through the smoke. Really aggressive play there. And Flamey just accepts it. It's like, just roll into my M4, guys. Yep. And 2 of them go down. That's a disaster for NIP. And Flamey's still just on awkward positions, just kind of just on top of the car there, on the boost as well. Just catching off 3 players, and NIP didn't know what hit them there. They didn't expect those positions, and that's costing them massively now. As Na'Vi, they needed to win this round. This would have been the one for NIP to start getting that tight game situation.
Absolutely. No, Flamey picking those 3 huge frags there. Like, that's so big.
Forest is going to go down there to Zeus, and it's all on Get Right. 1 on 5. He's going to fall as well. 11-8 is the scoreline now, as Na'Vi are looking fairly secure at the moment, and NIP, they can still field the buy though.
Yeah, this is the one. If they lose this round, they're onto an eco though. So this is a very important round. They are committed. They've got the AKs. We'll have a look at their grenades as well. They've got a reasonable grenades. They've got all the smokes they need and flashbangs for a full execution should it come to it. But we can see no AWP coming in the hand of CTs here. So they're going to be playing the same game again. Wouldn't be surprised if they went for that same aggressive play on Banana. You can see them at the top there, looking for any sort of rushes coming in, and now just falling back to the side. It's going to be a more passive setup now after that big exchange they had in last round.
So the blue truck smoke already there from Forest, very early on, 122 he threw that, so really early execute in from NIP, straight up into middle. Going to play the bread and butter execute into that bomb site and see if it's going to pan out for them. Test Na'Vi's defense. Great entry there from Alu over by our side. They're just expanding to all the angles at the moment. But Guardian, excellent result there with that Den 4A1S of his, and Zeus is still in the pit. So this is problems here for NIP. It's a 2-on-2, but these positions are so strong to prevent this bomb from going down. And Alu's the last man standing. All hope rests on his shoulders, but he cannot deliver. And I was almost going to say, oh, you know, NIP, well, they lost the last round. Hey, that could work out for them if they only would win this one to reset their opponents, but no, that was the one round we were talking about before.
Absolutely.
Not going to happen. Now it's getting really risky for them.
Absolutely. So this is getting close to the sewer moment now. So we saw NIP actually adopting a very fast set piece there. We don't really see a lot of those from them. Like they normally fill out the map a lot more. But we saw the early smokes get onto a truck, and it just didn't really convert into anything for them. Didn't manage to get the opening frags, and Navi in a very strong position right now. We can see it's a full pistol buy from NIP. Freiberg going down by himself, no one to back him up there. And Alu has got head armor, but I'm not really sure to do that to do it. The CTs are so aggressive there on Banana. He's not going to beat them in a one-on-one battle.
Indeed. Well, I mean, again, you can't count out NIP if they're in the sewers. You may as well call them the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh my god, you've just owned it.
I've gone there. Existed Splinter. Alright, we got Guardian there with a great shot on the AWP. Just working that library. Guardian is just, you cannot fall to this guy in this series so far. He's been excellent with those shots, hitting all the ones that count, and they are going to lock this down without any losses. Great economy round for Na'Vi, burn up that cash.
Well, here we go then. This is obviously going to be one of the rounds that defines the game for us. We can see that the 5 AKs have come out. The AWP is out on Guardian though. Where he can actually, they've got such a buffer to play with. He knows he can get away with doing like things that are a bit audacious and actually a bit scary. Here we go. So he's going for the mid pick here. He wants to find a T and has locked this down and kind of close this game before it gets too close again.
Indeed, so it's, they've just got one man towards Banana have Na'Vi at the moment, so things not looking too stressful at the moment. Really slow round for NIP so far as well. They just have to worry about Edward, who's just lurking, and this is the bait from Seized here, and there it is. Oh, what a reaction there from Get Right. Takes down Edward and loses very limited HP. Oh, he goes straight up there for the next player. They spotted 2 now towards the apartments, so they know that there's just one man on B and it's Flamey. He's going to preemptively push through, gets both frags. What a beautiful play. Flamey with a triple. Excellent stuff there. Brutalizing the entire lineup of NIP. Forest will get the return kill, but he has a hell of a job on his hands as he's against 3 players. The only thing that really is going to help him here is that he has time to make a choice, a decision. But this is going to be very rough considering that right now Na'Vi have enough players to split between both bomb sites. Forest going to make his way through apartments. Oh, I don't believe it, Zeus. He is just using his smarts here to work out that this position should make him safe, and he gets the frag. Forest. There's not much he can do there with such a smart play from Zeus.
Dude, that Flamey guy, he's sick. Like
It's crazy.
That play couldn't have been more perfect. He read it perfect, got down there, ascertained where the T's were, and managed to pick up that huge 3-man there, which not only wins in the round, but it's going to take the win completely out of NIP's sails. They're going to be wondering how the hell that's happened. And you can see here now Navi closing in on match point, and they're going to be on another eco here. They have got Glock armor, PT-50 in armor and Tech 9s in the bag, but it's going to be a very difficult round to win indeed. Like, if they can't convert these AK rounds into wins, well, what chance have they got of doing with the Tech 9s with no utility whatsoever?
Yeah, it is looking really, really hard right now. There is no sugarcoating it at the moment as the pistol armor play comes in. Get Right gets 2 quick kills with that Tech 9, just rattling away. One more player towards Pit, and he gets the kill, but gets caught in the side of the head by Seized. Long range on the M4A1S, and 15-8. Match point for an RV, just one more, and they send NIP packing, and they move straight on forwards through to the playoffs.
It'll be interesting to see how NIP approaches round now. We've seen them try a couple of things. Fast execute at the start of the round, slow play, and it hasn't really worked out for them whatsoever this half. It's going to have to be something different pulled out of the bag and a new approach required, I believe.
Alright, so C's going to just dart on down towards Banana. Aggressive play here. Na'Vi haven't shown a lot of aggressive play so far down Banana, but this round's it's a little bit of a difference, just a bit of a mix-up. They're keeping 2 players there as well. Sometimes when they have done it, they kind of left one guy there. We'll have to see how long they remain with 2 players on an angle. Always love that pop flash.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, Shox is great at using that one. I think I saw it most from him. Shoutouts to Shox. And at the moment it's all quiet on the Western front. Not much going on as Na'Vi wait in their setup. Very, very patient. Still with a deep, deep hold on Banana. At the moment, NIP looking for any slither of information, but it's not going to arrive just yet. They are going to have to make Na'Vi move. And then they go with the grenades as they slowly push on in. Zeus now getting flashed back a little bit. Got to be careful not to have a nade in his hands as they push him. There he goes, and the bunny hop, the bait. It actually worked for the trade. That play is going to happen right now and give NIP the split that they needed. But these 2 players push so far close. Oh no, Freiburg goes down straight away. They didn't expect it. Alu cannot get the spray. And that's the bomb down at the bottom of Banana. 18 seconds left. NIP, they've got so much to do and no time to do it right now. Just got to play the time of Na'Vi, and they've secured this one. The frag will come. Oh, he gets the frag. Exist. Beautiful stuff there. So well played by Exist, and it's going to be one more round for NIP. And that's the story for them.
Edward could have denied that. Like once he got Get Right spotted him, all he had to do was hide behind that hay bales there, and he could have taken that down in second middle there. But fantastic work for them, and against all odds, Nip somehow find around there. And although they've got 6 to go, that was exactly what they needed to get themselves back into the game. You can see Navi still do have a 4-buy here, but it's not complete utility. They haven't got the Molotovs in their arsenal. They're going to be pushing down Banana here and gaining this map control and seeing what can come of it.
That's such a sick way to play it as well, having 2 guys so deep like that on Banana that you would never normally expect that. I mean, you can see that NIP were completely caught off guard by that. So Na'Vi have been really winning on like a cerebral level in many of these plays, and Dust 2 as well, and really making it count. And at the moment, we're having another slow round, but Get Right's about to make contact on Boiler. 2 players towards Arch side for Na'Vi and 2 players towards Quad side. This is a very strong defensive setup here on the A bomb site, and this is how it should be done. Flamey just spotting for the info. He's going to fall back if the push comes. Oh no, this is getting blown up before it comes in, and now it's down to 2 players, Freiburg and Alu, as they try to search desperately for an option. But where is it at the moment? They didn't even get middle control out of these frags, or out of these losses, these sacrifices. And they now need to make a crazy entry. But Edward on the quad boost, it's not going to happen. And Na'Vi are going to pull through 16-9. Really well played by Na'Vi. I mean, you've got to hand it to them. This series, they just played so solid.
Individual play, it just looks like they're Nip are outclassed there. It just came down to raw talent. Like, Guardian completely dominated that. Like, both maps as well. It wasn't just Dust 2, which is normally an Orpheus playground. Inferno, who was actually doing that as well. He was stellar on the T side of Inferno, making the Orph do all the work for them and getting the important rounds. And yeah, it was a really difficult one to watch from there, but it's really heartbreaking to see them go out. They were my team to watch and to win this tournament, and you hate to see them go out. They're such an emotional team. You can see it. It's just. All
right, so well, We have, again, some very, very smartly dressed individuals who are over there at the desk. But before we go there, we now know what we're going to be up against on tomorrow for the matches. So what are your expectations going for tomorrow?
It's going to be an interesting one. Like, I think everyone's prediction of Fnatic winning the tournament may come true now. Like, but they've kind of recovered and made their way back into it. But you can never kind of rule out Titan, obviously. I think they're obviously proving themselves this tournament. And it's going to be really exciting to see how that pans out. I feel like